So AH has decided to target Jamie Lee Curtis. Why? Because Jamie Lee Curtis just gave JD another big Hollywood win in the form of a ringing endorsement. She posted about him on Instagram. And AH, of course, she can't stand this. Why? Because it proves she's on the outs with Hollywood, and it proves that Hollywood blacklist. So what does she do? She goes after Jamie Lee Curtis hard enough that she has to restrict her social media account because of AH. What's crazy is that AH and her team, they plan on getting even with a lot more celebrities as well. You and we are going to talk about all of this today. I mean, it is something else. Make sure you share it. Yeah, it's gotten crazy enough that the media, even they are reporting on this too, which is a bigger win for JD. It makes AH look even worse. This also leads to a giant surprise, one that a Hollywood celebrity pointed out to me in messages. Oh man, wait till the end of this video. You'll love it. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day. By the way, I hope you are doing excellently. Now, all of this, it starts out innocently enough with Jamie Lee Curtis deciding she's going to post to her 4.6 million followers on Instagram. And when you look at this, I mean, isn't it amazing? This is what AH and her followers will target. I mean, it doesn't mention a court case. It doesn't mention AH. Instead, it celebrates the music. It notes that you have Jeff Beck, mentions McKean, JD, and guests saying they're all road ready, but the blowback that these crazies they give because of this causes Jamie Lee Curtis not only to limit the posts on this picture, but she limits everything else on social media as well. You see that? Every post is now limited because of the way that these people, they went in and they attacked every single post on her Instagram. Now this, it gets a lot of blowback too, and we'll look at that in just a moment. But you have to realize this is pretty much standard fare for AH and her team these days, to the point that they keep active lists of people who have endorsed JD. These are open lists that you can find online. Here's one because people liked a post from JD. Look at the names that they plan on getting even with too. I mean, we're talking about huge celebrity names. People like Robert Downey Jr. That's right. Jamie Lee Curtis, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, keep looking at this list here. They have people like Orlando Bloom. Yeah, they're going to go after him. Norman Reedus. They also have Paris Hilton. I mean, if you look, Natalie Imbruglia, and so many more. And the reason that they want to silence something like this is because, number one, it proves everything that they say isn't true. I mean, you have men, you have women, and most of all, you have Hollywood backing JD, which means his career, it is definitely going to come back. And it also means that she's been blacklisted, something she fervently denies. So of course, they have to silence these folks. And here's the thing. I mean, this stuff has been going on for months. In fact, I mean, you have people openly bragging about how they're bullying people into taking out their endorsements. Here, somebody's talking about how Jessica Chastain, unlike the post supporting JD on Instagram, what's Team AH's response to that? Bullying works. Nobody says anything about that, but you know what? Going after Jamie Lee Curtis, that changes the landscape, and it's not going to be to AH or Team AH's liking. The hilarious thing about going after Jamie Lee Curtis is that it backfires, and it backfires spectacularly. In fact, I've been talking to sources behind the scenes, sources connected to Hollywood, and they've been telling me some big names that have a problem with this stuff. And remember, unlike, say, going after a Robert Downey Jr. or an Orlando Bloom, you can't just buzzword your way out of it. You can't just say, this person, they're an istophobe. No, they're targeting Jamie Lee Curtis. And it's very clear, too, to the point that even the media is writing about it. And you notice from this headline, who's the bad guy here? it's AH and AH's team. Quote, she's a hero in our eyes. JD fans, they defend Jamie Lee Curtis after Halloween star faces intense backlash for reposting JD photo. And the backlash, oh, it doesn't stop there. Not by a long shot. In fact, some of the outlets that have rubber stamped this behavior for years, it looks like they've been waiting to write articles like this. I mean, now they're including areas that say JD fans, oh, they're coming to the rescue. And when you read it again, you can tell that the tide, oh, it is a-changing. Quote, as soon as the Freaky Friday actress limited her Instagram comments, the JD fandom took no time to come to her rescue. They took over Twitter to show their love and respect for the actress. We've collected a few of those. Now, aside from random comments that they pick up supporting Jamie Lee Curtis and also JD, they pick up some that actually have a lot of meaning. These pop up on the Pop Crave article entitled, Jamie Lee Curtis has limited her Instagram comments after being criticized. You love how they use that word there, acting like it's just criticism, even though AH's camp, they've called these same type of actions bullying when she ends up dealing with that, but criticism for reposting a photo of JD. You have comments like this, and these are good comments, pointing out the truth of all of this. About time the media starts reporting on the vile AH supporters who brag about how bullying works, how they harass celebrities until they delete their posts or likes on supporting pics or posts on JD. And you can see, like I was talking about before, this is what they post and endorse. There's also other questions that come up too. Questions like, hey, you're picking up the stuff on Jamie Lee Curtis. How about picking up what's happening on Rihanna, too? And here's the thing. I think we'll see a lot more articles like this and a lot more people getting tired of AH and these folks. Why? Well, somebody in Hollywood pointed this out to me through messages. Typically, you get around 2,000 to 4,000 comments here. Sometimes you might get up to 11, depending on who or what's being talked about. But when you look at this endorsement for JD, you get almost 50,000 likes off of it. Also, you get it trending on social media, your name, your project's brought up. You don't have to pay for the articles coming up either. I mean, this stuff, it is free advertisement. Yeah, Hollywood is learning and quickly. JD's name, it sells. AH, it sells on down the river. Nobody wants that. Man. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, too, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. If you want to help out the channel, by the way, check out the links in the description. We could always use your help, but you being here, biggest help of all. So thank you. Going to end here. Thanking you again. We will see you soon.